Hey, we need to talk about my UCL fantasy transfers because they are different to what was on my previous video. I recorded that 2 days ago and I fully intended to make those transfers, but as the deadline approached, I had second thoughts. I changed my mind. I do feel bad about it. I'm not trying to mislead anybody, but I've got to come in here and explain my decision. So my team was set up to look like this. I was going to bring in Lenormand for Jonathan Tah. I did not bring in Lenormand. I was going to bring in the midfielder Danny Olmo. I was going to transfer out Szoboszlai. I did not make that decision. And up front, I was going to bring in Alvarez for Ekitike. I did not make that transfer either. So basically, I am 0 for 3. Not very good. Let's have a look at what my team actually does look like. The transfers that I did make. Instead of Lenormand, I can't say his name. It's a right mouthful, that, isn't it? Lenormand. Instead of Norman, I brought in Ruggeri. Both were on yellow cards. I decided to go for Ruggeri because there's not much in it in terms of their likelihood to get a yellow card, but Ruggeri is a player I would prefer the next round over Normand. Much more of a goal threat and a chance of getting an assist. Both scored 2 points yesterday. One of the main reasons why I changed my mind was Rice is a doubt to start the day. He hasn't trained this week. So I made the decision to keep a player who I knew was starting, Szoboszlai, and transfer out Rice, who was a doubt. Szoboszlai only got 3 points. So transferred Rice out and I brought in KK, Kavara Kavachgelia. I think that's how you say his name. KK, I brought him in. A bit of a risk. I wanted to bring in somebody who played on the first day, somebody who I'm going to want to have in the next round. And I'm sick of him hurting me. Every week, he's not my team, he gets points. So I brought him in. If I had brought in Danny Olmo, I'd have 3 more points because Danny Olmo got an assist and Starman. So I am down 3 points on my suggested transfers. Also yesterday, I was intending to bring in Alvarez in for Ekitike. I changed my mind. I went for Luis Diaz instead. The main reason for that is, well, 2 reasons. First of all, Luis Diaz is a lot cheaper than Alvarez. Luis Diaz is only like 7.5 million, whereas Alvarez is just over 9 million. Bringing in Diaz is going to free up a lot of money so I can upgrade my midfield in the next round. Obviously, Yamal's got, his team's been eliminated, so I can... The midfield I'm going to get in his place is going to be cheaper, obviously, because he's about 10 million now. The other reason, the main reason was, if you look ahead, I think the likely semi-finals... It's going to be PSG against Bayern or Real Madrid, more likely Bayern. And then the other semi-final is going to be Atletico Madrid against Arsenal. Absolute. I mean, who's looking forward to that tie? Arsenal against Atletico Madrid. That's a tie where I want defenders. I'm not going to want attackers from that game. The other tie, if it's PSG against Bayern Munich, I'm definitely going to want attackers from that game. So one semi-final have attackers and the other semi-final I'm going to have defenders. And as I mentioned, Alvarez is a lot more expensive than Diaz. So that's why I brought in Diaz instead of Alvarez. So looking ahead for tonight, what subs am I going to do? I am going to keep the captaincy on Yamal. I am going to sub my low scorers, Ruggeri, Dure and Szoboszlai, as well as Garcia. He's got more than the 1 point, didn't he? He got 3 points. For Garcia, that is an absolute massive haul, that. But because I've got double Arsenal defence, I might as well bring in Raya as well. Triple up on the defence. Most people are going to have these 3 Arsenal players. I've said that before. That's going to be quite highly owned. Definitely keeping the captaincy on Yamal. 9 points, it's a lot. If I was going to change, it would be Harry Kane. But for Kane to get 9 points, he needs a goal and a star man. Big ask. I think the right decision is definitely keep the captaincy on Yamal. But so far, green arrow, green arrow of 2,000 places, which is nice. I think it's a bit of a false situation because I did have 9 players on the first day, and then 6 up today. I've seen some people who have like had an absolute nightmare. They only had 4 players on the first day. 4 players. You just asking for trouble there. You can be benching, benching headaches. Basically, you're probably going to bench someone who is going to get a better score than somebody who've actually started. So with the transfers that I did make and the teams that have qualified, this is what the percentages are looking like. PSG and Atletico Madrid are through. Barcelona, Liverpool are not through. So I've got 3 players eliminated and 6 players who are through. And there's only 3 possible numbers I'm going to get heading into the semi-finals. There's a 1% chance that both Bayern Munich and who's the other team? Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal. There's a 1% chance both of those teams get eliminated. So that's basically Real Madrid and Sporting getting through. For my teams, 23% chance of getting 9 players. So that'll be one team going through, another team going out, and then the likelihood is both the favourites qualify. So my likely worst case scenario is going to be only 9 players getting through the next round. I think that might actually benefit me. It would benefit me if Sporting went through and Arsenal went out. Just thinking about what other teams are going to look like. There's going to be there's plenty of teams who have got 2+ Barcelona players. They might have a Liverpool player, 1 or 2. A lot of teams have got Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe. And a lot of teams are going to have triple Arsenal defence. So if Arsenal do get knocked out, I think that would be better for me than other people. I would just have 9 players ahead of my 5 free transfers in the semi-finals, but there'll be a lot of teams who would have less than 9 players, so that would benefit me. I can't see it happening though. Can you? Can you see Sporting get through against Arsenal? Arsenal got a 91% chance of qualifying. Yeah, I do think right now, Arsenal, Bayern Munich getting through. That's the likely situation. It's probably what's going to happen. Thanks for watching.